right, welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Lady Nyca, and with P Valley, episode 3, season 1. Higher ground. Let's get into it, cause girl, this has been a long day, and I'm up for it. But okay, let's get it. We open up with Mercedes working at pole honey. It's a private party for one. And this guy she calls coach is saying that he wanna take her to Memphis and take care of her. But he married. But he's seriously asking her to come and he would provide her with everything she needs. hmm She said, Coach, this fantasy is cheap. For real life, I doubt you can afford it. Then asked for her little money because she didn't did her dance service. And, he gave it to her or whatnot. He pays, and then the club starts to jump. And I was wondering, was he in a trance? Does she put him in a trance? Because soon as she got through giving him his dance, the club came alive. You saw all the other girls dancing and the people mingling about, throwing money at the women and all of that. So I was like, child, did he black out do he block out the whole club so that he is just totally mesmerized by this woman? I don't know. I thought that was weird. Anyway, Autumn down to the hair shop, honey, looking for her a new look. She ends up settling on this long blonde number. It look cute on her and everything. Meanwhile, Andre at his hotel steady texting her, still caught up in what they did by phone the night before. At the club, old Autumn is getting acclimated to being a scripper. She also seems to have a little problem with drinking. A lot. I said, "Oh, this night she seemed like she a little lit." Then we see her and Uncle Clifford together, and he want to know what other information she got. And she says she has none because he ain't called her back, but that's a lie. He has been calling, she ain't been answering. So Uncle Clifford reminded her, no tea, no ID. Then Mercedes walks by, rolled her eyes and kept it moving. I told y'all she don't seem to like Miss Autumn that much. Now Autumn is cute to me and she do okay, but why they making it seem like she is so much more desirable than Mercedes in Mississippi when if I had to make a choice, it would be those two girls over her. I don't know what that's all about. I assume we're gonna find more out about Miss Autumn, as the season goes on. But he basically told her that she must gather more intel if she want Uncle Clifford to give her that ID back, and she needs it back. Now we see Andre with this crooked black male, Tydell Ruffin. He's actually his godfather, and he's talking to him at this construction site of what will be the Tydell Ruffins community park or something another like that. And he talking about most people leave and never return back to Chuckalisa, but Andre came back and he's trying to bring that casino there, you know, to help and he reminded Andre to him he feel like Andre is remembering his people because he came back and he's trying to bring this casino. He tells Godfather that the two brothers Wayne, I think, and Wyatt, uh they're on board, but see Corbin, the other brother, is proven to be more complicated, which Andre said may not be a bad idea. Now that mayor said no, it's supposed to be a done deal, one price, one sale, no lease or none of that other stuff. Andre said, well, it's not really waterfront property, that they have. The pink is the only land that they really, really do need for the casino project to go through. But see, Mayor promised the Cowboys Kyle boys, that would be Wayne and Wyatt, that he would hook them up. Just a little gift for helping him get elected. Andre said a gift or a kickback. Uncle says, Goddaddy says, uh, he didn't see Andre opposing the promised land, giving a few thousands to build the home of the Tidal Ruffin Park. Andre said it was supposed to be a good faith effort to show the city council that they were serious about rebuilding the town. He said he never said anything about him naming that park after himself. And the little crooked mayor said, well, who better to name it after than the first black mayor of Chuckalisa? Uh-huh. He said, but think about how it looks. That's what Andre is saying. And the crooked mayor says, first of all, lower your voice. And this is just how things work down here in the Delta. Always has, always will. He said those boys are a part of the Cotton Connect that runs the state, and Wayne Cow runs the city council. See, they gotta please that council to avoid a citywide vote because those Bible thumpers will not be okay with a casino moving right into town. He urges Andre to keep things a secret. Keep this between us. Then we see Autumn getting a notification to her phone about bringing the ID to pick up this cash at this telex place. She then calls Andre, who she has really been ignoring, and we see them out at a restaurant. She eating like it ain't no tomorrow. And he just admiring her. Then he admits that, he does have a woman because she noticed the ring. He said her name is Brittany. I think that's his wife. And that he spends his weekends in Atlanta with her. She said Brittany must really miss him with all the time that he been spending away on the casino. And he told her to keep her voice down because the issue is still very complicated. Plus, he's not allowed to speak on confidential matters, and she got it. Then this old head said they made a cute couple, and Autumn said they were just passing through town sightseeing. Old head then begins to tell them about going to see the mountains. And Andre said, well, back, when I was a little boy, my grandma used to always take us to the mountains. He said, but have you ever heard the history of the mountains? He said two Choctaw brothers out searching for new land each night. When they settled in, they would plant a stick, and each morning, whatever direction that stick was pointed in, that's the direction they would go into looking for new land. They did this night after night and over again for 100 years. Anytime one of them died, they carried them on their back. And he asked if they could imagine what it must have been like carrying death on your back like that. Now, Autumn was listening, and it seemed that she was clearly feeling some kind of way. She was, like she was going into some sort of a trance. She was reminiscing on something. She was listening very intently to old head. He went on to say that one morning they woke up and the stick was straight up, so they laid their bones to rest and made a home there. Now Andre asked if she'd like to go see the mounds, and then there was this big loud thunderclap, and Mercedes, Mississippi, and Gidget came into the restaurant, you know, and they kind of brought her out of her trance, right? They come and sit they butts right down in the stall with them, with Andre and Autumn. So he got up to leave and said that he'd take care of the bill. Autumn told him that she wanted to see the mounts because remember he had asked that before the thunderclap and the ladies came in. He said he texted her and she said, and I will reply. Then she left the ladies to enjoy their breakfast because see they was trying to get in her business and she wasn't feeling that. Now, of course, Mercedes had some little smart things to say about it, but I like I said, there is this thing that she got with Mercedes. Mercedes don't like her. I don't know what it's all about, but she don't. Now, Uncle Clifford goes to see Kyle. at the plantation to see, goes to the cow. I'm sorry, he went over to the cow plantation. That's what I call it, because he out there in the Corbin was out there in this big machine that plows the cotton or whatever, and he chatting it up with Andre Watkins. He wants to know, why is you chatting it up with Mr. Andre Watkins. Clifford said that um he out of all the he said that it was supposed to be a secret, and that he was just taking him down there to the P. But he ain't say nothing to him about it, because black folks tend to talk a lot. He told him Wayne and Wyatt do want to sell the land, but I'm looking to possibly lease the land. The brothers don't want to do it. I'm just thinking a minute. That do make more sense. Okay, if you sell the land, you get one price. You gonna pay taxes on it, and that's it. However, if you lease the land, you'll be continuously receiving a payout for the people who was renting the land for you, right? He trying to convince his brothers to understand that. Corbin said he was trying to make millions, and Clifford was excited because Corbin said that it would put money into Clifford's pocket as well. So he's willing to hush and wait it out. He said Corbin had to wait till his daddy died, and look at him now. We learned that Cliff and Corbin date way back to grade school with one another. He's always known that he was old Johnny Cloud's son, and he kept it to himself all these years. And he's going to keep this casino business to himself as well. Child, he told Corbin to get some sunscreen because they don't want him getting black. Child, I died. That was funny. Now let's go back to the church, because Miss Patrice is doing her thing. She up there, child, and you would think somebody's up in the church, right? You would think there's somebody in that church. The way she talking, them folks out of their money, all in the name of the Lord. I knew for I knew for sure she was, full of shit. But she also, let me tell you when I knew this lady was full of shit. Y'all, she bust out and said, just like that Deborah Cox song, nobody's supposed to be here, and added to know all the things I've done. I feel like, child, that mama is something else. She said she was addicted to that life. She was always about that life, but now she lives for Jesus. Child, she was rehearsing all of that. You know what I'm saying? And Mercedes came to see her. See, Mercedes want her money. And instead of just giving it to her, Mama wanna know what she gonna do with it. And Mercedes said, a wise woman once told me, never let now nigga know what you about to do. Just let these bitches watch. Her mama said blasphemy all up in the church. Mercedes admitted that she finally got her gym at that point. And her mama said, I guess that stripping do have a retirement plan, and said that she could come get the check in the morning. Mercedes came up to her mama and actually hugged her mama from behind. But that mama of hers is a cold one, baby. She never even hugged her daughter back. She just kind of got stiff like she wasn't used to it. But she was all here for old boy. Mm, she was all excuse me, she was all here for old boy down to the church, getting all up close to her in her person and whatnot. But she just act like she was stone cold to her own child. This girl is saying that, look, mama, I'm getting out of this. I had a dream, and I'm being able to see my dream come to fruition. And instead of her mother being happy for her, she ain't. And at first I thought that mama didn't have that money, but then my mind started to think otherwise. But we're gonna hold off on that for right now. Then we see Mercedes sees online that her girls is twerking up against this fence, showing all they little goods. They Snapchatting and everything, baby. They getting ready to upload. She show up pissed off. Told them they better than that. She was just going off of them because she don't want them to have to endure some of the stuff that she has endured. And she told them, you don't want stuff like that about you on the internet. And one of them little girls, I think Terrica or however you say her name, she said, well, you do. She told Erica, but I get paid for mine, do you? And then made them get up and do 50 toe touches since they want to challenge her and twerk all up against that fence like they some little hooches. In fact, she told Terica, you do 70. Now at the club, Mississippi and the white girl is wiping down the poles, doing a few spins as Mercedes come in and they go to doing the little routine where Mercedes will scale to the top of the pole and slide down to Mississippi, who will be sitting there on the lower, in the middle of the pole, laying and twerking on her arm. But Mississippi couldn't go through with that right then because she made them stop. Mississippi done got beat up by that boyfriend again, is what done happened. Okay? Hmm. She ends up going back to the back area, talking about she need to refill her water bottle where Diamond was at back there. And he looked at her arm and said it was sprung. And she claimed like she fell again. Now he gave her a old nasty remedy of alcohol and pepper. It's a salve they put on you to kind of slow down the swelling. It works wonders. It actually does. You know, I'm from the South, child. We do these type of things. It works. Only thing now he was right about that. The one thing it won't help with the swelling is if you get caught up in a bullet round about the head area. Then he asked her when she gonna stop falling down. And then her baby started crying, and Uncle Clifford is screaming and hollering about the baby hungry, and he can't feed her, you know, 'cause she breastfeeds and whatnot. So he looking for Mississippi. So she go to check on her baby. Now Mississippi was doing a post to get folks out to the paint for the show, and she ends up asking Autumn to hold her baby later on to Susan so she can finish the post and get the people out there. Now while holding this baby, she has already been drinking, so now she's having flashbacks of her own child, I assume. And we see a scene where she's got blood on her and a child is crying. I don't know what this girl been through, but it must have been something because now, you know, it seems like the more she thinks about it, she drinks away her sorrow, so it seems. And she was at the bar, and I don't know the bartender name, but I know that was Quita Maxwell on the have and have not, so we gonna call her Quita till we figure out who she is. She gave her a water instead of a drink. Said she been drinking too much. You need to kind of pull yourself together. But she didn't appreciate it and told her, fuck that. Then Clifford starts introducing Mississippi, Trinity, and Mercedes or whatever child, and baby, they doing their routine with all of them on that pole, twerking and shaking. Autumn is intrigued, even a bit jealous, if you ask me. And baby, when I tell you they was dropping that cash on them, the moves alone on the child. Do you see this girl? Look at this. Look at this. Baby, they be up on them poles just like that, girl. They be they be doing amazing things on them poles. I'm just in awe. I said, oh, I love it. I just love it, y'all. I do. Child, Autumn takes her drunk ass up there like she can do any of them pole tricks, and bitch ends up falling down. But Mercedes saves the day, make it look like it's a part of the routine. Autumn tried to scale back up the pole and fell down again. This time she made it look like a cat fight, and that brought in the dollars, honey. Them means some loving that. Afterwards, Mercedes jumped in Autumn's ass and told her, "Don't you ever try that shit again. If you want to be drunk, be drunk. But I ain't about to get hurt over no drunk bitch." She told her, "Carry your ass home and take care of yourself." She said, "Why do you care?" She said, "I don't care, but I don't need you out here about to hurt nobody else because you being a fool." Child. Then we get the DJ Never Scared. He in school child. Lil Murder done showed up down to the school to pick him up, and we see them going to park under the bridge listening to Lil Murder's music. And um DJ Never Scared, which his name was, I think it's Dontavius or something like that. I don't remember what the boy name is. Anyway, he told him that it ain't horrible, but it's gotta bang and bang right. He gotta put more shit on it. He told him it's more like a salad. Lil Murder said romaine or fragile. He said, bruh, romaine. It's gotta have the right ingredients. It's gotta have that right slay. Basically, he told him salads is for rookies. He got to upgrade and get a people a little souffle type of feeling. And then he invited him over to have dinner with him and his mama, and he accepted, and they left. Andre has taken Autumn to the mountain. They racing up to the top. He taking pics and said that, when he used to come up there with his grandmama, it seemed like that the city was a paradise. But from what he's seeing now, it ain't like that no more. He said that the casino could turn tourism for that city around. So Autumn said, why is it such a hush hush thing if it's so good? He said, because it's not a done deal yet, and it will bring people from all over. She asked, what does it do for the people who actually already live here? So he showed her pics of current conditions of the town and said that it's not going to cure everything, but overall, it's a start towards something positive for the city. That's what he's convinced himself of. Then he asked why is she always so contrary and facetious like the other night when she hung up after their little sescapade over the phone. He said he actually wanted to talk to her. And she said, well, let's talk now. And the next thing we know, they kissing and about to take their clothes off, entering his hotel room. They about to get it in, but he ain't got no condom. Now she didn't already peeped out he got a laptop, right? So she got to get him out that apartment because she got to get that tea. Okay? So she told him he need to get a condom. Child, he's so ready. He gets up to go get some, and she tell him, "What about? Can you let me in? I want to keep this engine running and act like she was." Playing with her honey pie, that excited him even more. Child, he didn't even think. You knew God doggone well he was all the way in. Cause girl, when you get a man hard, all of his brain cells go down there. He be thinking with his dick, and that's exactly what he was doing when he put his password in, and opened up his computer for this girl that he don't even know. And the minute he was out that door, she was putting her clothes on and down up in his doggone place, up in his files, transferring, making copies, sending them to her email so that she could go and look at them at will. He goes downstairs and asks the clerk if they had any condoms for sale. Oh boy looked at that ring on his finger and said, "No, we don't sell condoms, but we got free Bibles." Child, I screamed. That's the so he had to go to the store and buy some, which gave Miss Autumn more snooping time. Now over at the church, they having a meeting, right? After the prayer service. And Pastor Crooked say he gonna have to, assign someone to preach in his place this coming Sunday because he got to go up on Mississippi Boulevard and preach the revival. He said he was thinking about this guy that's in there, Elder Clydell, could do it. And Mama Patrice coughed and Pastor asked if she had something to say. She said, well, um, we do want dollars instead of cents in the collection plate, don't we? You know, she says singing will only wake up some of the folks that'll be asleep by his rambling. Pastor asked her, do you think that you could do better, Patrice? She said, well, one thing this mouth can do is draw dollars from a sinner's pocket. Child Claudel said, that must be where your daughter got it from. Child, she said, let he who without sin cast the first stone. That's what she said. And so basically, and it is what it is. She want to preach. Pastor said that she is a good treasurer, and the church would be, they don't know what kind of state the church would be in if it wasn't for her. He said, she said the fact that she just They just got the loan. And child, he cut her off and said that he will always be thankful for her sacrifice, but a woman is the backbone of the church. We must submit to our elders, and said Elder Clydell will be preaching in my place on Sunday. And on that note, he moved on to the next order of business on her ass, leaving her face cracked. Girl, you been pimping your daughter, and this is how the pastor, the good pastor, is treating you. Now back at the hotel, Autumn got pouring up, but she's also in this man's personal files looking for tea and copying all of his shit. Then when Andre comes back to the room, Autumn is gone, but she done left the computer up where he can tell that she done been in his files, and she done bounced on his ass. We see her heading into the paint. Then DJ Never Scared pulled up. He was a little late. La Murder brought him. Clifford asked, was he going to come on in? He said, not tonight. And Clifford told him, well, go on, get out of here, and walked off. Now, was Clifford in his feelings because he seen La Murder, a little Never Scared getting up out the car with La Murder? Child, you know they got a little secret thing going on. Anyway, inside, the show has started and Mississippi and Gidget doing their routine together. Then Mississippi pick up some money and heads toward this dude that was watching her. Then Gidget, little white boy, pops up. She excited, taken back to the back room for a little fun. Apparently, um Clifford be stashing Duffy boys products, and he don't mind the weed. Cause he said when we get Obama reelected for a third term, it's gonna be legal. But that them oxes he ain't feeling. Said he can't do that no more. But run me my cut, okay? So old boy gave him his money and he started counting. Dude said it's all there. He said, "Child, I don't trust no white soul." He left after telling Gidget, you got one more minute, then it's back to work, honey. Child, she gonna ask him for a bag of Fabe's favorite product from his little shoulder. She claimed like she giving it to Keyshawn, aka Mississippi, cause she sprained her wrist. He said, you sure it ain't for your mama? Child, I don't know what kind of stuff is going on with these people, but girl, it's gotta be some. I said, what? It is a lot going on. Back in Clifford's office, Autumn is showing him the file she got from Andre's computer. Child, she ecstatic. He ecstatic that she done came through. Then Andre started calling her again, and Clifford took her phone, and I didn't know what he had done at that time. But what he did was text Andre back and told him if he want to come to paradise to come down to the bank, and the password was apples. Okay, I said, "Ooh." mm. He told her, "I'm gonna give you this ID back, but I need you to do one more thing." Then back in the dressing room, Mercedes was talking to one of the girls when when they notice that these other group of girls in there are looking at these girls that are online apparently. Apparently it's a pool party with all of Mercedes' little dance group girls. They are at this girl's Terica's house having a pool party because her parent is out of town, okay? And Mercedes was heated. She said, oh, I'm gonna show these little bitches something. And she left and went over there. She go up in that house, babe, and it's youngins everywhere dancing and drinking. And baby, she cut that music and off and told everybody, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here. Terica was even trying to sneak out the damn house. Mercedes said, where the hell you going? You live here. Child, she was scared. Now let's go back to that Andre, because he done went over to the Pank assuming that he's gonna be seeing Autumn. Got there and Clifford uh twirled around in that chair once he went up in that paradise room with that long blonde wig on and told him he needed to have a conversation with him. Now let's go back over to Terica's house because her adopted mom is en route to the house because Mercedes has called her and she got Terica cleaning up after that party she done had. Terica is upset that she called and she said her and the girls were only trying to have fun. Mercedes said, girl, you cute. You got it from your mama. But sometimes being banging is a burden. She said, keep it up. and some baller gonna pull up and spit some bull to you, and the next thing you know, you gonna be bent over in the bathroom with your panties up around your ankles, and you'll deserve it. I deserve it. She said yes. The way you acting, you gonna end up on 13 and pregnant, and what you gonna do then? Terica said, well, if I did end up pregnant, at least I wouldn't give my baby up like you did me. Baby, I said, whoa. So Terica is Mercedes' daughter that she gave up. Okay. Oh, girl upset. She done went upstairs crying to her room. Child, I was done. So then Shell, the adopted mama, come in there and she upset. She said that Terica said she was spending the night at a friend's. Mercedes said, and you fell for that? She said you should have just allowed her to go and spend the night with me. But apparently it was an incident that happened where some pictures were posted that Shell felt was inappropriate. So she felt like that was not okay. Even though Mercedes said it was just a joke what they were doing. The lady said she promised Cortez that she'd do right by his child. Mercedes said, but she's my child too. She said, I know that, which is why I'm open to her being in this little group and whatnot. But see, lately she been focused on her body too much. She always in the mirror and concerned about how many likes she get on a post. I don't think I want her on the team anymore. Mercedes said, well, that's the only time I get to see her. Shell said, I know. But they got to refocus this girl's energy on her grades, some volunteer work, any other thing other than that dancing. And at this point, it's not much Mercedes can say because Shell got custody. Now, Uncle Clifford got Andre down in that paradise room trying to get info on this promised land casino and resort. Andre said that it was a confidential matter. And Clifford said, good, because I'm good at keeping secrets. Like as if, your wife was to roll up in here, I'd never tell her how you been dicking down one of my gals. He said he ain't have to tell Clifford anything and went to get up. And y'all remember the big boy accountant I told you that said he need Clifford to keep this place open because this is his second chance, pushed him right back down. Andre said he seems to already know that the casino is coming, and Clifford said unless they plan on building a bridge over the pike, it don't seem like he got much to do with this promised land. And then showed him the proposed blueprint from his own computer that old girl had stole. And he let Andre know unless unless hell freezes over and the devil learns to ice skate, I ain't going nowhere. Andre said he's sure. Is he sure? Because it seemed like he might be, considering the fact that Pink already got some issues. Clifford said that you might be right, but he said he might be right, and he said he had some water for a thirsty nigga like him, pushed him outside the head and basically told him get the hell out. And as he leaving, he calls his goddaddy the mayor and said he think they got a problem. Autumn ass down to the telex place. Remember, she got that cash to pick up and she makes it just in time. This woman give her a whole stack of cash and tells her to have a good night, Miss Savage. Girl, who is this girl? Who is this girl? I have no clue. Anyway, that was it. That was all. One more episode and I'm caught up, y'all. I hope you guys are enjoying the reviews, child. I'll get better with it. I gotta familiarize myself with these characters, honey, and really just start paying attention better. This was a long day. I have spent the entire day minus a few hours of sleep and a few hours to try to support some of my colleagues here on the YT. Child, I've been in front of this P Valley. That little show is something else, but it is time consuming and it's so many episodes, it's so many stories going on. It's like, how do you condense it down? So at this point, instead of making this a two-part again and it be like a 40, almost an hour video, I'm gonna end it right here and I'm gonna come right back with the final episode and then I'll be caught up with them. And tomorrow we'll work on Greenleaf. But that was it. That was all for episode 3 of this P Valley child. As always, in closing, remember you do not have to be great to get started, but you have to get started in order to be great. And the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. In the meantime, in between time, please remember to rate the video. Ratings get me recognized on the YT streets. Comment down below in the panel. Please don't give me no spoilers, but comment down below in the panel. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about this episode and the two before that. Let me know how you feeling about the show. Are you feeling this? Do you like the reviews? Do you want me to continue? Sound off in the panic, aka comments. Subscribe to this channel and my backup channel, Lady Nyca Live, please. The link for the second channel is always in the description box below the title. Subscribe to both of the channels. Of course, hit your notification bell buttons, set them things to all so that each and every time I drop a pre-recorded video or go live from either channel, you guys are going to get a notification. I keep stressing sign up for the backup channel because we're going to switch very soon, and I don't want you guys to miss anything, okay? So sign up for, make sure you are subscribed to both of my channels with your notifications set. And I'll be back for episode 4, child. We almost there. Peace.